One country club has a 10-year waiting list for a golf membership. Another is known for its fried chicken and friendly vibe. Another feels like it's 3 different clubs with one membership. I'm Sally Daley from the Daily Group at Elliman, and today we're talking about country clubs in Vero Beach, and I'm going to break them down and tell you costs, pluses and minuses, and what the deal is. We're going to go in descending order from most affordable to the most expensive. Again, I will say it depends on how you like to live. Not everybody wants or needs a club lifestyle, but it's just important to a lot of people, so let's break it down. We're going to start with our most affordable club that has golf, called Pointe West. Pointe West is west of town, out by 78th and 82nd, and it's rimmed by polo fields to the west. It's got a well-regarded golf course and a clubhouse, and reciprocals with places like the Boulevard for tennis. It does not have its own tennis. It doesn't have its own fitness, but it's got a well-regarded course that dots in and around the houses. You do not have to live there to play there, so it is untethered. You can live here, play here, and you don't have to buy property in the country club area. Owned by Luna Golf, and it's owned independently. And it's not super spendy. It's a much more affordable way to get in. You know, again, all of these numbers, you guys, check your numbers. I'm not going to guarantee. They're all subject to change, as anything is in life. But roughly under $10,000, you can get into the club, and there's not a waiting list. Super friendly. So Pointe West is a viable option for a lot of folks that want to golf, but they don't necessarily want to spend 6 figures. Number 7, this is a very interesting one, the Vero Beach Country Club, one of our most venerable, beloved communities, right in the middle of the heart of town, just off the barrier island, in between the 2 bridges. It was, I believe, our first Audubon course, known to be a very tough course, long, super challenging, created by old Vero families that have been here a long time. And it's just known to be one of these places where everybody knows everybody. It's super friendly, renowned for the fried chicken and the lasagna. At Christmas, they have a marvelous display of a Christmas village, and it's just known to be a really friendly place. And the clubhouse is beautiful and has had recent renovations. So Vero Beach Country Club, if you are interested in a family-friendly, lovely vibe, very well-regarded course that's close into town, it's worth your consideration. Because it's become popular, there can often be a wait list. And fees, joining fees, are not going to be 6 figures, but it's definitely going to be 5 figures for joining. So call and find out. I don't want to give you the incorrect numbers, but roughly it's going to be 5 figures. And the question is there a waiting list or not? At the moment, I think there's a small waiting list, but it moves relatively quickly. So if you're looking for a great golf club, well-regarded, well-maintained, beautiful fitness center, in-town location, Vero Beach Country Club should be on your radar. Number 6, this is a very interesting one, Grand Harbor. Grand Harbor is 2 things. It's a country club with a mainland golf course, marina, huge country club proper with fitness, dining, clubhouses, tennis courts. It also has a very sexy beach club on the barrier island with cabana boys that can give you drinks and beautiful, beautiful facilities. It's also a master plan community with real estate, meaning all around it are all different kinds of mini communities. One doesn't have anything to do with the other, so you can live there and not join the club. And if there's memberships available for non-residents, sometimes there are, and sometimes there's a waiting list. You can also, if they're available, choose to live someplace else and still join the club. What it offers are 2 golf courses, very well regarded, and that sexy beach club, and a lot of really interesting amenities. Pickle, padel, whole new development just got approved for expansion for a really sexy new clubhouse on the river. It is going places. The members now own it, having purchased the club from Mr. Icon a number of years ago. So what's interesting about it is it has everything in one membership. So Grand Harbor is worthy of your consideration. And joining fees are going up. And right now they have different memberships. They've got one called Sports, which would be everything that I just described minus golf. Throw in a couple golf rounds, and full golf. All of those memberships are going up in October. So if you're intrigued, DM me or call me and I can give you the name of the membership director who's terrific, and you might want to get in now before things go up $20,000. It is a thing, and it's a club that's worthy of your consideration. So let's talk about numbers. Full golf, again, please double check these because things can change over time. Roughly 85 grand, 35 grand for the sports. As I said, going up 20,000. So roughly that's going to be your joining fee and of course dues on top. And all of these clubs, whether or not they're equity in the sense that you own equity in the club or equity where you get some of your money back when you no longer are a member, you need to discuss with your individual membership director because it's going to vary club by club. Some are equity in the sense that you own part of the club and you have rights to vote on things that happen in the club. Some are equity in the sense that you get some of your money back. Others are privately run, like Quail Valley, that we're going to talk about in a minute. So the model is going to vary club by club. It's important that you ask to see the financials. Now, calling all boaters, the Moorings Yacht and Country Club on Vero's southern barrier island is worthy of consideration, whether you're a boater or you're living on Vero's barrier island and you want a club that is fun, has fantastic amenities, beautiful clubhouse, good food, great array of ages. There is no residency requirement. That means this is the club. You're going to have the river all around you. You can then choose to live wherever you wish. Within the immediate area, there are condominiums on the river, there are shared wall villas, there are townhouses, and then there are single-family home communities such as where I reside in Sandpoint that are all across the area. The Moorings, about 6 years ago, smartly bought a club west of town called Huck's Nest. The Moorings golf course on the barrier island is a shorter course that will test your short game. But if you really want a longer, more challenging course in distance, a lot of people said, maybe it's not the right club. Well, when they acquired Huck's Nest, that filled in that gap right away, and then Moorings membership scooped up like that. So the Moorings now has 2 clubs, as well as the whole riverfront park area with the club and the amenities and the yachting. So it depends what's important to you, but Grand Harbor is very interesting, and so is the Moorings. Quail Valley Club is very, very well regarded. Now, all of these are going to be into the 6-figure category for joining fees. Quail is worthy of mention because its business model is very different. Quail is not membership owned. Quail is privately owned and run by a very, very smart team, begun by the late Steve Mulvey and carried on by his wife, Kathy, who recently passed away, and run by a guy named Kevin Given, who's super smart and runs a really great club. Quail is comprised of a number of campuses. You've got the river campus on the barrier island that has deep water dockage, some of the deepest boat slips that we have. You can have 100-foot yachts there. At the river house, they've got beautiful food, fitness, tennis, super active, tiki hut bar by the river where there's always things going on. They've got a little buy and go place where you can buy food called, I think, Martha's Corner, named after one of their beloved directors, Martha. Shout out to her. And it's just a great spot. So the question is, who wants to join Quail? Well, people that want to join Quail want the best of the best of the best, as everybody does. Quail has the riverfront component. Then across the Indian River, they smartly scooped up some real estate at the end of the point, Royal Palm Point, demoed an older restaurant. They built more guest housing. Quail was smart in understanding that guests of members and sometimes members have life events where they need temporary housing. So part of the original complex was short-term housing. Well, it was so popular and always full, one of the things they wanted to accomplish with buying the site across the river, known as the Point, because it's on the Point, has longer-term housing if you're doing a renovation or you're in between moves and you need a place for a month. But what about golf, Sally? Well, out on 69th, they bought some land and brought in some very smart architects and developed a beautiful, beautiful golf course. Pickle, padel, all things racket are really becoming a thing. In an effort to keep up with what the demographics and the membership wants, they are also developing a property near the hospital along, I think it's 41st, it might be 37th, where they are building a whole racket and sports complex for padel, pickle, and all these new racket sports that are so desirable and everybody's playing them. So Quail is one of our most well-regarded clubs, no real estate component. Quail is, six figures. It's going to be somewhere 150 to 200,000 to join. Let's just be straight here about it. But compared to South Florida, gosh, some of the South Florida ones are 450, 550, 650. It's affordable, like your housing is affordable relative to. So it's contextual, right? So Quail, if you're looking for the best of the best and you want a finely tuned machine and all those different campuses are important to you. Again, hear what I didn't say. There's no oceanfront component. Moorings or Vero Beach Country Club or Pointe West or Quail. So let's talk about the last three that all have oceanfront. They all have very well-regarded golf programs. They're all going to cost you, $250 to $350 to $375, but there's a real estate component, meaning you may not apply for membership unless you own real estate. The first one is called Orchid Golf and Beach Club. Orchid Golf and Beach Club is on the northern part of the barrier island. It was developed by a very smart guy named Elliman, who went on to develop Windsor, that we'll talk about in a minute. When you belong to Orchid, you have to join the club. Here's what I mean. It's a different business model than Windsor and Johns Island. You must join the club if you intend to purchase real estate at Orchid Golf. That means before you can close on your house or your courtyard villa or your condominium on the ocean, you have to apply, you need to go through the interview process, and you need to be approved. If you're not approved, your deal's not going through. Are most people approved? Most people go there and have existing relationships, and they take care to make sure you seem like you're going to be an active contributing member. So do I think that's really a thing? I don't. Just know that it's not optional and you must join. So if you want surety of knowing you're going to have your club by the time you get your keys to your castle, Orchid is worth your consideration. Well, why do I say that? I say that because if you're interested in either Johns Island or Windsor, there is no guarantee that owning real estate will get you membership. I want you to hear that loud and clear. You cannot make a purchase conditional upon club approval because no one's going to take that deal. So it's a bit of a calculated risk. Again, it all comes down to understanding the club. There are ways to sort that out, but I want to be very clear. With Orchid, you must join. So what does that mean? It means when you join, it's going to be, somewhere $225, $250, and you get one membership. And with all of these, you feel like you get micro clubs because each amenity has a bit of a different vibe. So that's Orchid Golf and Beach Club, worthy of your consideration if you want ocean as well as golf and top shelf fitness. Two more to get to. They're so very different and they're both fabulous and very, very well known, really, probably internationally. Let's talk first about Windsor, AKA the architectural jewel. Windsor is one of our newer clubs developed by Canadian industrialist, visionary, all-around very smart man named Elliman, who started Loblaws and originally started Orchid Golf. Windsor, in a nutshell, is a more of a vertical look, and Johns Island, that we're going to talk about in a minute, is more horizontal. Windsor is no guarantee that you're going to get approved if you buy property. You can buy property, you don't have to join the club. Most do. In Windsor, again, it's ocean to river. Both places are equally lovely. On the ocean side, if you are a member, there is a beautiful beach club, which has amenities, food service, level of hospitality and client service like you would expect on the oceanfront estates rimmet. On the west side, we even have a polo field and some stables. So that's a new one we haven't heard before. It's the only club that I can think of that actually has equestrian facilities if members choose to use them. On the west side, it's going to look very different. There's a lot of green space, and in town, in the village, as they call it, that might be closer together than you would think. And it's to create more of a feeling of a village for more connection with your neighbors. It's going to come at a price. It's, again, going to be six figures. We're certainly talking well over 200,000, and it's equity memberships. But again, talk to membership and find out if that means ownership versus a portion of it coming back. And dues, of course, on top. Homes will be anywhere from 3 million to 20 million. And in between, the new lots that are just released on the North Village start at around 1.2 million, I believe. So it is not inexpensive. It offers a level of sophistication in design and service that attracts owners from all across the globe. A lot of entrepreneurs and Fortune 500 C-suite people understand Vero and choose to say yes to that lifestyle. Last but not least, we're going to talk about a club that is often synonymous with Vero Beach, and it is called John's Island. A lot of people think John's Island is an island. It kind of is because it has its own gates, but it literally is comprised of something like 1,600 doors and a very large part of our barrier island. Very smart guy named Loyal Ecclestone back in the 1960s saw it after developing Lost Tree down south and said, this is super interesting. And I think there is a room for a model that there was down in South Florida, in the Palm Beach area, for Vero Beach. And so he scooped up land on the ocean and on the river. So like Windsor, you have ocean to river amenities. And again, membership, the joining fee is going to be in the 300s. And there is no surety of being accepted. So again, what you want to do is say, do I understand who these members are? And do I have connections? Are there commonalities of communities where they reside or other clubs? Do I think these are really people that I would be in sync with and doesn't make sense? Because there's no guarantee, but those are the kind of existing relationships that help say, yeah, you probably are going to get in. But again, there's no guarantee. It is an unusual club in one respect. It's what's known as a vertical club, meaning your family members and your grands can use it without additional fees. And that's really a great thing. And as a result, generations tend to grow up in John's Island and they come back and then become members after mom and dad maybe are retired or have passed on. So it becomes a legacy kind of generational experience that families for generations experience, and that breeds tremendous loyalty. They do have unbelievable facilities. They've got 3 different golf courses, very well regarded, one on the mainland. They've got a beautiful beach club that's fairly new with all kinds of poolside service, oceanside service, food, dining, beverage, wine clubs, fitness on the other side, more spa and paddle and pickle, all being developed. It is always improving and offering a service and a membership and a hospitality experience to members that makes it so very desirable. All the other clubs are great. It just depends what's important to you. John's Island is well known for a reason, and it's because it offers an experience that's very difficult to replicate. So there is no bad choice here. It's a question of, what do you like to do? How do you like to spend your time? How do you like to live? Do you want to take your golf cart to get to the club? Are you okay driving? DM me, text me, call me, write to me at hello@thedaileygroup.com, and together we can figure it out. I know most of the membership directors and I can help make connections. And I know folks at most of these clubs, so I can connect you with real members too to help you figure out which one is right for you if you're interested in exploring a club in Vero Beach, Florida. I'm Sally Daley from the Daily Group at Douglas Elliman. I'll catch you on the next one.